Hello, and welcome back to our Top Line Results Zoho CRM Learning Series. In this 5-video series, we have started working on creating a homepage in Zoho CRM for sales managers so they can review and track their progress of their sales team. This is the second video in that series. If you have not seen our previous video, there's a link at the top of the screen to get you back to the first video, which reviews how to create sales pipeline charts. In today's video, we will be discussing how to create some key performance indicators or KPI component panels inside of the Zoho CRM. I have already navigated to the Analytics module of Zoho CRM and have my Sales Manager dashboard open. The first KPI panel we will be creating today will be a simple KPI that tells us how many open leads we have currently in our system. To get started, let's start off by selecting the blue Add Component button at the top right corner of the screen. In our previous video, we selected the chart option every time. Today, let's select the KPI option right next to it. After we have selected this option, we will see 5 different types of KPIs that we can select from. For our first KPI, let's go ahead and select the basic KPI style. Our component name for this KPI will be Open Leads. For our KPI metric, let's select the Leads module. And for the section underneath the module, we will keep the count of leads selected because we're looking to get a count of the open leads. When selecting the criteria option, we are going to set the field name to lead status. The comparator we will use is isn't, which is considered to be like does not equal. And finally, the options we want to select include junk lead and lost lead. The reason we set it up this way is because those are the only 2 options that are not open. You will note there's a large list of open statuses. Finally, for our duration, let's select created time, then scroll down to last. Let's select months, and in the little box, we will select 24, just to make sure that we go back far enough to see all of our created leads that may still be open. Once all of this is set, we will go ahead and hit the Save button to create the panel. You will now see that our KPI panel displayed on the screen. This shows all the leads created in the last 24 months that are still open and need follow-up. For our second KPI panel, we will create a panel that shows all leads qualified this quarter and that we compare it to our last quarter's totals. Let's start off by hitting the Add Component button and select the KPI option. This time, versus selecting basic KPI, we are going to select standard KPI. For our component name, we are going to enter leads qualified this quarter. For our KPI metric data, we are going to select the lead module again. And we are also going to keep the count of leads the same as well. For criteria, we will select lead status. For the comparator, we will set it to is, and the value will be pre-qualified. For our duration, we are going to select created time, and we'll select this quarter. To see the comparison to last quarter, compare has to be set to previous period, and the objective we will leave alone. Once we are happy with this criteria, let's hit the Save button again. And we will now see that new KPI metric that compares the number of leads qualified this quarter versus the previous quarter. For our last KPI, we are going to create a panel with a count of our current opportunities by salesperson. From the same dashboard, select the Add Component button yet again, and we will select KPIs once more. For this KPI, let's select the Rankings KPI so we can have a list of our salespeople and how many open opportunities that they may have. After selecting the ranking KPI, let's set the component name to Open Opportunities by Salesperson. For our metric, let's select opportunities, or as in our last video, deals if you do not have opportunities. We do not need a related module. And let's keep the count of opportunities as our metric. For our criteria, let's set this field to stage. So we want to see all of the open opportunities, so we'll set the comparator to isn't. And then we'll select the options of closed won, closed lost, and closed lost to competition. This will filter out all of our closed opportunities. For our duration field, let's select Create a Time and go down to the Custom option. From here, we can say from, and we can go back a couple of years to get us a couple of years here. I'll say from April 1st, 2020 until, we'll go in the future a couple of years just to make sure I see every opportunity. For the ranking section, finally, we want to rank the opportunities by opportunity owner, which is likely the salesperson. So we will change that rank field to that. So let's go ahead and select this drop down and find the opportunity owner selection. Next, we have the ability to change how many people that we would like to rank in the system. Let's keep it as top 5 as we only have 4 salespeople in our system. Once we're happy with this, let's hit the Save button, and now we will see our newly created panel in the list view here, showing us how many open opportunities each salesperson has. With that, we have concluded today's training video, the second of a 5-part series. Please continue watching. Up next is part 3, Creating Target Leaders. If you'd like to know more, please go to our website and click the contact form at toplineresults.com. Thank you for enjoying our video.